Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I am still, as ever, your host, Robbie, with the fucking disappearing hands due to the fucking green shit. And I am here joined for the first time with me. You've seen him with Fats. You've seen him performing in clips. You've seen me discuss him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Stray on the show, and he can officially talk now.
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Oh, nothing, just hosting a show.
Doing a hell of a job, Robbie. Hell of a job.
Trying. We are here to talk all about your brand new project, which is out now everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the view.
It's a swell one. It's a swell one.
Is this like a statement on your preferred television daytime programs, or like are you watching Whoopi Goldberg and them discuss things in the morning? Is this what we're enjoying?
nah, nah. The title kind of it coincides kind of between projects a little bit. Obviously my last album, Cloudy Alibi, it dealt with a lot of topics of like depression and just kind of like a feeling, like a lost feeling. That album dropped in 2023, I think. I've been doing a lot of writing and stuff, obviously, for other folks, doing the fun time stuff and Black Summer with Samson, but not really any of my own solo stuff. And this was kind of a project made out of just it was me kind of falling back in love with songwriting and just learning to kind of just be more in the moment and just kind of hit pause, so to speak. And pretty much the majority of these songs were all like in the moment kind of songs. Like I didn't spend a lot of time writing a lot of them. It was kind of just written and recorded on the spot. It was just kind of this like spur of the moment, just feeling good and just, I don't know, just kind of feeling it and enjoying that moment and taking it back to when I was like 16 when I started and, not really overthinking things too much or trying to be a perfectionist about it and just turning the mic on and just saying some shit. So that's kind of where Enjoy the View is, but it's also kind of the precursor to my next full length album, Flinch. So
Okay.
the idea of closing your eyes and having them open as well.
Enjoying the process, enjoying the view, and it's great for
Yeah.
summer. It's a great title for summer.
That's the plan, man. That's the plan,
Mhm.
Just some cruising music,
No,
feel good,
me.
and then you can cry your eyes out.
That's the goal. That's always my goal. To me, musically, I feel like this kind of picks up almost not where Cloudy Alibi left off, but like almost more the Black Summer stuff. Like it feels
Hmm.
like maybe you tapped into some new genre muscles with that and like kind of continued to flesh that out with this. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, when it's funny when Samson and I started talking about doing a project together. He so he pretty much he picked all the beats for that project and just kind of sent it to me. And I don't think we've ever said this, but we made that whole EP in like a week. And
Oh wow.
um, it was super like out of my comfort zone. The style of music and especially if you're familiar with Samson's work, like he makes pretty dark music as well.
Yeah,
And um, so when he started sending me like demos of everything, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And but it was so fun to just kind of like do something sonically that I would have never have done on my own, and
totally.
I think that definitely got me more comfortable with and same with the music I've been doing with Fun Time as well. Like I got to give it to Whip and Legs, really pushing me out of my comfort zone when it comes to like singing and doing more like kind of pop style songs and stuff.
Totally.
So I think a lot of that kind of breathed a lot of influence into this project for sure.
All right, well let's just get to it. Let's get to let's get to the tracks. You said that like, if you listen to the record, like every track is a little bit different sonically, genre-wise. Was that a goal or was that just the nature of like kind of spitting them out as you got them kind of thing?
It wasn't intentional at first because originally my plan was for Enjoy the View to just be like three songs and just be like a quick little EP that I dropped.
Hmm.
Um, but I think I just started kind of getting in my bag a little bit with writing and recording, and it was just like stuff was kind of pouring out, and like as more tracks were kind of coming together, I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I need another track that's kind of like this vibe or something to kind of pace the record a little bit, and even like one of the songs on there was intended to be on Flinch, and but Flinch was like ever changing kind of, and it just didn't fit the vibe anymore, and it kind of just fit perfectly over here. So yeah, I don't know, I wanted to go with stuff that just didn't feel like super dark or anything, you
Totally.
know.
So
Yeah,
what were two questions? What were those initial three songs that was like the original concept?
it was Stay a While, what was it, Summer '89, and Arson.
Okay. I'm gonna put a
Yep.
playlist of that together and just listen to that version, and
Hmm.
vibe on that. But and then what was the track that was carried over from Flinch?
That was Left of Nowhere with Brody James
Okay, I like
stuff.
that.
I've actually been sitting on that track for uh, probably a year now. We've been sitting on that one. Me and Brody just wanted to make sure that it came out the right way and uh, the right time and everything, so to speak.
So we stay a while.
Shit been feeling good, I'm just trying to make sure that it don't stop. Normally I love the rain, but today I don't.
That's a real laid back,
Hmm.
like almost gives me like Mac Miller, Anderson Paak, early TDE kind of stuff vibes. Like pretty new for you, I would say. Like
Hell
maybe some of
yeah.
the early Sky Swamp stuff kind of touches those notes a little bit, but like for a solo, this is like a new territory. So coming out track one, like talk about it.
That's like, I mean, aside from already having Left of Nowhere, Stay a While was the first track I wrote for the project. I was actually on my honeymoon.
Okay.
um, and we went to Barbados, my wife and I. Um, and we were out there for like a week, just kind of chilling on this island and just feeling good and soaking up all the vibes. And I just started. We were just chilling one day, and I just started writing, the first verse and the hook, and I was like, "Oh, I got a song here," and then just came home and recorded it. When I wrote that, I'm sitting there, uh, kind of showing my wife the track and stuff. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and even she was like, "Oh, that's so different for you," and stuff. And I was like, "Man, what if I just dropped like a little EP that's like, this kind of vibe or something?" And I was just, and that's when I came up with the title "Enjoy the View," and all that came together real easy.
So it's almost like this came as this project as a whole came as like a byproduct of wedded bliss.
You could say that, yeah, man. It was, I got married. I'm not so sad anymore.
In the
So
first half.
I had to make some good. I had to make some good vibes. But you know what? It's like if you listen to "Stay a While," it's like, yeah, it's talking about some like chilling and just kind of vibing out. But like you listen to the words and the hook, it's it's a little sad. It's
Mhm.
pretty much saying like I'm enjoying like where I'm at right now, and I just hope that this high lasts, and I hope that like depression doesn't kick my ass, and doesn't win again. Just a hopeful song.
And yeah, like one thing I noticed about the whole project is it seems to kind of have an arc where like it starts super positive and like, like you said, like there's still some doubt in there, some, stuff in the back of your head, but like
Mhm.
it's got that chill vibe. And then as the arc of the record goes, it's almost like you can't help yourself but go a little darker than you intended to start. You know what I mean? Like, is that a transitional thing into the next record? Like, does that kind of lead us that direction, or is that just the nature of the way it sounded good on a track list?
I think a little bit of both. Like uh I'm I I'm just a sucker for dark and sad music like most of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I can't help it. Even when it sounds happy, I'm like still want to drag you down. Like um but like as I was kind of putting together the track listing and like the sequencing of the whole project, it was definitely kind of intentional because the next record is very dark and stuff. But um, yeah, it does kind of start bright and kind of dwindles down. It's supposed to be kind of like the album cover, you know. It's like a sunset, and the sunset doesn't last long, and then eventually you're just in darkness again. So.
That's a really good way of putting it.
Mhm.
Damn, what are you, a writer or something? Track 2, Summer '89.
Summer nights at the drive-in, we out of sight. Got that poltergeist. Double feature starting at 9 by the roll the dice. See what she into, then I might try a little something, no fun. I'm being nice. Hey, how you doing, baby?
This is like, to me, the most different for you. Like, it
Yeah.
almost it made me think, I was listening to it today on a walk, and it made me think of Thriller. Not that it sounds like
Hell
Thriller,
yeah.
but like tonally, you're talking about like being at the drive-in watching scary movies, but it's also kind of a love song, or like a maybe not like a love song, but like a sexual something. It's flirtatious. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Um, and like I don't know, I was like, damn, this is like some Thriller shit. But yeah, like did the beat just give you that like '80s slasher thing, or like where did that all come from?
So I like in the back of my head, I've had kind of the idea for this song for a little bit of um like kind of the line of like she wants love like an '80s slasher flick. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
just like it paints a picture, and yeah, I don't know. I came across the beat and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so painfully '80s," and
Yeah.
like, and then I'm just like pretty much walking around my kitchen playing it, and I just kind of came up with the hook, and uh, it's it was just fun to kind of like not be so serious
For
for
sure.
for something and um like I said, maybe that's my nod to the Fun Time guys a little bit for getting me in my silly bag, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
um no, it was just kind of like I wanted to do something that had that double time kind of drums going on there that just made you want to dance. And um I just kind of thought, what would be really funny is like a song about meeting a woman who's older than you. Like she's obsessed with the '80s and '80s horror movies specifically, to the point that she's got like a horror kink. and, and kind of wants like you to do all these fucked up things, and you're like, what the fuck?
What?
It's like this ain't my bag, homie. Like, so it's something. It's not too heavy. It's just something that you could just put it on in the background and just do stupid dance moves too, and just get a little silly. You know what I mean?
And it's impossible not to then just get in your head just Summer '89.
Summer '89.
Like I've
Yo,
been fucking just that's been
yo.
looping in my head.
When I tell you, like, all my friends have like clowned me on that fucking song, because all the voices you hear in that hook are me.
Oh, I
Okay,
know.
so, and especially like when I showed my wife the first time, she was just like, "Oh my god, like, what is this?"
You silly motherfucker.
So and I was like, how can I make the song even more obnoxious? Oh, I know. Repeat the chorus like 10 times in the song.
And then like track, it's like song 2. It's track 3, song 2. So it's just like if you're like, all right, this is chill. Then that you're like, we're going all over the place on this one.
Yeah,
We're jumping.
yeah.
Hmm.
People might
And
like
then
it, people might hate it. It's you can skip if you gotta.
yeah, we didn't even talk about. Sorry, not to jump around too much, but the intro is called like you might skip. Sorry, I'm not have it on my notes. Skip if needed. Is that like if you don't want to listen to the intro, skip it, or like what's the?
Absolutely. That's it.
Okay.
If you just want to get to the music and you want me to shut the fuck up, just hit skip. Like,
I like that. So Hooves Redux.
Yeah. I am not your god, try my best to be a saint, but that don't mean I won't smack the fucking taste about your face. Call it horrorcore, sounding more violent as of late. Sorry, I'm just mad and I'm the only one I hate. No wonder why the unheard and overused could all relate. I found a tribe amongst the hungry, tired of scraping the plate. There's been dirt under my nails since back in the 6th grade. I had to learn about the bottom in the hideous ways.
You obviously released the single Hooves a while back now, a few months ago.
Mhm.
Remix is fucking great. I think I like the remix better, honestly. Like I like that beat a
Hell
lot.
yeah. I made that beat too.
Oh, for real?
Yes. Yep.
I didn't even know you were in your producer bag like that.
Oh, I actually did a lot of production on this project.
Really?
So,
Oh, which ones did you do?
So Hooves, I did Everything, the
Okay.
song Everything.
Mhm.
I did co-production on Left of Nowhere. Then I added like production stuff to a bunch of the songs, like all the screams and stuff you hear in Summer '89,
Mhm.
and some of the synths in the back. I did that, and then the scratching on Stay a While. I did that.
Oh, dope. That's a lot of
Hmm.
variety of things.
Yep.
Is that like a goal going forward to like
Mhm.
introduce more and more of your own production into stuff?
Yeah. Actually, Flinch is like 90% my production.
Oh, wow. That's
Yep.
wild.
Yes.
And I might excuse me if this is ignorant, but I don't think you've done a ton of production on stuff in the past, or is that totally off base?
I did some production on Cloudy Alibi. Like Rotten Apple. I produced that
Hmm.
one. I co-produced Body Bag.
Okay.
Um, and then what else? I feel like I did something else on that album too. I don't remember, but then all the Sky Swamp stuff is like my production too.
Okay. So you've done it before, but Flinch is like, this is the fucking.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to showcase big vocals, very skillful raps, and just off the wall production.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's some wacky, it's some like not your not your average beat stars beat kind of stuff. It's
okay.
cool, man. I'm doing a lot of I'm getting some help from my buddy Charlie Beans and
Who's
stuff
all
who
over this on the mixing and mastering?
he also did some like little production things on a couple of the songs. Like he added some bass and everything on everything.
Okay.
And but there's some Charlie production on Flinch, and then he's co-producing some stuff with me. And yeah, we got a lot of work, me and Charlie.
Hell yeah. It sounds
Mhm.
great, so keep it coming.
Hell yeah.
Back to the Hooves remix. So what was that just to have something new for the EP, or like what was the inspiration to put this on and not the
Yeah.
original version?
So I had kind of all these. Uh, I had pretty much the project figured out, minus the song "Everything" and "Hooves" at that point, right? And I was like, "Is this enough?" Like, I don't know. And I said, "What's the one thing I feel like this project's kind of missing?" And I said, maybe for the people that kind of like the darker, grittier stuff that I do, I was like, maybe I'll do Hooves, but the original Hooves is, in my opinion, was a little too dark sounding, if that makes
Okay.
sense. And
Yeah.
weirdly, I think I made a darker version of it, but it wasn't my intention. Um, but that was another one of those things where I didn't go into it thinking that I was gonna make a remix. I just kind of had the session open, and I had it in the back of my mind, and I just started kind of fucking around with the making a beat around the vocals, and that's what that's what came of it and stuff. And I was like,
Hell
you
yeah.
know what, this is. I feel like the project needs just like that because there's a lot of singing on this album, and it's like people may not dig it, and I just wanted to give some people, like just a little glimpse, like, yeah, I'm rapping too. You
Yeah,
know what I
I mean, you're
mean?
rapping
It's
on every song, to be fair.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but it's like um there's
But, like, just straight
like
up that hip hop shit.
the best way I can say is there's intention behind those lyrics on that
Totally.
song, and the people that need to hear it will understand. So,
Yeah, without, getting too much into stuff, there's some bars in there that, like, I'm like,
mhm.
"Okay, I could put some things together here."
Yeah, but don't worry. The only beef we're dealing with is the beef that we're grilling this summer while
Summertime, baby. Yeah.
bumping. Enjoy the view.
It's the barbecue.
That's it.
This
That's
seems like
it.
a good barbecue record. I didn't even think about that. This is like some cookout shit, like,
Yeah,
just
that's
throw it
kind of the
on.
vibe, you know. It's like go cruise in your car, go watch a fucking sunset, go smoke a joint, go fucking have a cookout. You know what I mean? Just it's short, it's sweet, to the point.
And then we get into Arson.
See, everything's on fire, everything's on fire, and the flames getting high by the minute. This wasn't my desire, this wasn't my desire, but everything's on fire, and I'm the one who did it.
Feel good hit of the summer. I don't know, feel good hit of the summer. Feel bad hit of the summer. I don't know. It's like there's some, lyrically there's some darkness there, but that's a bop. That's a pop hit.
Hell yeah, man. You know what's funny about Arson is I wrote and recorded that whole song in an hour and a half. Whole thing.
Really.
Yep, like 1 to 2 takes of recording. It was just I woke up like super early one day, had the music for it, and just it was like a stream of consciousness. That all the lyrics just kind of came. I didn't overthink them too much. Like sometimes I don't know. I try to make my lyrics like I put a lot of thought into my lyrics most of the time, and um, there's usually like deeper meanings to some stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna shroud this in like crazy metaphors or anything. And it's just the song was really just a reflection of where I was at, um, how I was feeling about life. Right in that moment. A lot of stuff in my personal life was kind of just crashing down, and just feeling overwhelmed, and but kind of looking in the mirror and being like, you got nobody but yourself to blame for this,
It's my
you know?
goddamn
And
fault.
yeah, so it just kind of, you know, it came out really quick. And I remember I almost did not put this song out though. I almost didn't. Like, I was so
Ooh,
nervous
huge
about that
mistake.
one. I was so nervous. I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, this isn't the music I make. And I showed it to my friends and family and all that, and everybody was just like, dude, you're stupid as fuck if you don't put this out. you know one of my friends said something like, oh wow, like you finally write a song that's palatable for everybody and you just don't want to put it out.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
happy
that's
I did.
like I understand that, like, it's because it is like, is this too catchy almost or something? But like,
Yeah.
that's the shit that's good. I mean, like that keeps people coming back because like A, the melody, B, like you said, like kind of the less thought over, less like shrouded in mystery kind of lyrics. It's like people are like, oh, I relate to this and I can sing
Mhm.
this song. Boom, top of the playlist, baby.
Yeah. But it's like I I want people to know, it's like, because I'm sure there's gonna be some people that hear this project and they'll be like, "Oh, look at him! He's trying to do pop shit. He's trying to fucking sell out, all that." And I'm like, first of all, if I had the opportunity to sell out, I would. Okay, but I don't.
You
So
mean you don't
instead,
love just day jobs every day and whatnot?
that's it. It's like I just want to give people like it's just some earworm shit, and but kind of just mixing some of the catchy stuff. Like I just love writing songs, man, and it doesn't doesn't really matter to me anymore, like what genre it is. It's just like either I like it or I don't, you know. And
Totally.
but all the lyrics come from like real places. Like none of the songs I'm writing being like, oh man, people are gonna resonate with this so heavy, and uh, I'm gonna do millions of streams and all that. It's like even something as catchy as arson. It's like the lyrics come from like just me venting, you know, and just
Totally.
trying to make sense of my own head. And you know, uh, the goal is just always inner peace. That's it.
Hell yeah. And
Yeah.
that's, I think, what outside of the catchiness, what resonates with people because they're like, I am also burning my fucking life down and like need to think about it. Like that's the shit that keeps people coming back. Like the catchiness is one thing, but like when you can feel the heart in there, that's
Yeah.
the good shit. Speaking of good shit, this is a wonderful transition. Over you.
But these days one thing rings true, I'm over you. And all those shitty things you put me through. All those sleepless nights here in my room. Wasting all this time and I'm lonelier than ever. Honestly, I'm better without you.
We got you and Samson back, the Goth Boys of Summer.
That's it.
I mean, it wouldn't be a summer without you guys on a track. Was this just let's pick up where we left off, or what was the thought here?
So the that song is produced by a producer that goes by the name Backyard, and which people may not be familiar with, but if you or anybody watching is familiar with an artist that's really making a lot of noise right now, Honest Ave.
Mm-mm.
He has the song called "I'd Rather Overdose" and stuff.
Okay.
Kind of got big on TikTok and stuff, but um, he's uh he's pretty much the in-house dude for Honest Ave, and I got the song and I mean the beat, and that was just one of those ones where similar to Arson, it's like I knew exactly what I wanted to say. It just kind of the lyrics came together really fast. Instead of doing a second verse, I was just like, man, who would sound good on this? And while I know he be screaming and rapping, I know my dog Samson can sing too. And
Hmm.
I was like, man, I know this isn't really your wheelhouse, but like, would you fuck with this? And he instantly was like, give me a week. You know, and he knocked it out of the park, man. You know, that's my boy. I love working on music with Samson, man. And honestly, that's one of my favorite songs on the project. You know, he's talking more of the perspective of like a past relationship, and the lyrics might of the whole song might sound like it's kind of about like a toxic relationship or something like that, but the intention behind it is it's anything that you have a toxic relationship with. Like at the time I was feeling very frustrated with kind of where I was at as an artist, kind of like just the turmoil that I was seeing in the scene to
Hmm.
just feeling kind of burnt out on the pissing contest that
For
kind of
sure.
goes on a lot. And it was just this kind of like, I'm over you, like music, I'm over you to an
Hmm.
extent, you know? It's just like, I just want to be alone and drown you out. That, you know, and it's, and so that's kind of just the deeper meaning about it. It's not just kind of a cheesy like anti-love song, but it can be whatever you're over, you know. It's a catchy one. It's a different vibe, you know, the more acoustic kind of trappy kind of sound. I just wanted to try something new genre wise, and for me at least, and you know, it felt summery, you know.
There's a lot of acoustic guitar on here, or like there's like I don't know, acoustic instrumentation feels like a kind of a through line on this whole thing, which gives that like summer vibe, which I think ties together like the high highs and like the kind of more like darker, sadder stuff. It's like, but it's all we can have all the different emotions at the beach.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like my intention, like with the track listing too, is like I was saying with the whole sunset kind of going to evening. It's
Hmm.
like when you get to Over You and Left of Nowhere, it's kind of like you're sitting by the bonfire at that point of the night. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Right before the lights go out, and just some kind of chill, vibey stuff.
let's get right into Left to Nowhere.
I've been there, one foot running and one foot left in the grave. I've seen there in the very same places I've been known to pray. I'm still somewhere digging, cause I need a new beginning. Come suppress this rain. I'm only barely left of nowhere, and it's okay if you're doing the same.
We talked about it a little bit. It was written for Flinch,
Yep.
upcoming Flinch, and you've got Brody on here.
Yes. Yeah,
And
man.
then who is that? Is that someone you've known? Is that, I mean, talk to me about that.
Oh man, so Brody James, he's an artist from Maine. Um, he's just one of the most prolific and killer artists that I've come across in a long time. Um, if you haven't checked out Brody's music, it's phenomenal, dude. Like talk about a guy who can do everything from like the acoustic kind of stuff to uh, like dark trap, horrorcore, and then like go to street rap. And like the man has bars for days, and he can sing too. Um, he used to be a part of a group that I don't know if he wants me talking about the name or anything, so I'll leave it out.
He was
Uh,
part of a group.
yeah, he was part of a group, and Sky Swamp and his group both opened the same show, and we went on back to back, and um, just kind of was like, "Yo, that dude right there, he's fire," and just kind of
Hmm.
kept tabs on him over the years, and you know, we always we showed mutual respect with each other, and just always said, "Man, we gotta get one in," and it came down to just finding the right vibe because he put out like some acousticy kind of stuff a couple years ago, and I was just like, I thought it was really different for him, and but I loved him on that sound, and I was like, man, I'm a pull that Brody out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but I wanted it to be something that wasn't because it's sonically new territory for me as well,
Hmm.
and I didn't want to go all the way into that bag, and I didn't. It was like I wanted to find something that met in the middle, and I think we got a slapper of it. I've had a few people I've shown that song to, and they're like, "Oh, so we're doing country music now, huh?" And
Oh,
I'm
really?
like,
Okay.
"Bruh," I'm like, "It's not like I've gotten that about Over You. I've gotten it Left of Nowhere." I'm like, "You hear an acoustic guitar and you think it's country? Like, come
Right.
on, man."
That's
And I
kind of what I
get
was gonna
it.
say.
I get it. It's like country's real popular right now and stuff, and everybody's trying to jelly roll it. But
But like, have those people heard country music? I mean, like, just because like I've listened to this a bunch and it never crossed my mind. It's just
yeah,
like there's singing,
perfect.
there's acoustic guitars, but it's like it's more
Yeah,
pop than country, I would say, if anything.
honestly, like my inspiration around that track was more of like a Everlast kind of vibe,
Yeah,
you
okay, I
know,
can see that for
something
sure.
like that. I like how that song came out. It was just like it was so different sonically than anything else that I was making for Flinch, and I had like 80% of Flinch done around probably around like Christmas time
Hmm.
or so,
Oh wow!
and I like scrapped almost all of it.
Didn't you do the same thing with Cloudy Alibi?
Yeah, it's just my process, bro. I get
That's fine.
myself hyped up, and I'm like, "Ooh, man, this album's not going to take long at all," and then it
And
just
like,
kind of materializes.
so is there gonna eventually be, you know, Cloudy Alibi original draft, Flinch original draft, like
Um,
well,
Probably
deluxe?
not, but I have thought about doing Witherman 2,
Okay.
and making it kind of like a just collection of like some of the standalone singles I've put out, like "Kill Me in Connecticut," uh,
Hmm.
"When the Leaves Turn Orange," stuff like that, and then I got like a gang of of stuff for "Cloudy Alibi" that never came out. I have different versions of some of the songs off of "Cloudy Alibi" too. Like I got like three, maybe four. Yeah, no, four different versions of "Overcasted."
Oh
Like
wow.
different music, like uh some different verses, different hook. Yeah, all over the place.
And when you say you produce this track, and there's obviously the acoustic guitar, are you playing the guitar on it, or are those sampled, or how's that come together?
No, no, that was already there. I did like the kind of the spacey vocals
Okay.
and like the 808s and stuff. Yeah.
And then we're wrapping it up with everything.
And I hope with everything, this fall that I've been stuck in won't break everything. And I put that on everything. I wouldn't let this die, even if I have to bleed. It all means everything.
This is like in that sunset metaphor or whatever, like it's dark now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
nighttime. It's this is one of the moodier ones, but like this whole back half is pretty moody. But yeah,
Yeah.
talk to me about everything. What were you doing there?
Um. So everything was another one of those tracks where I was just feeling a type of way and it poured out just like a stream of consciousness. Originally, it had a different beat and it was kind of emo sounding, but Ronnie from Sky Swamp, I was showing him an early version of the track, and it had like a producer tag in it, and he's like, "Man, that's really just fucking up the vibe," and stuff. And also said like, "It kind of sounds like Overcasted a little bit,
Okay.
like the music that was there." And I walked away from that day just it bugged me. It lived rent free in my head, and I was
For
like,
sure.
"Fuck." And and so just like one night, I kind of did like the hooves treatment a little bit, and I just only had the vocals, and then I just started, producing around it. Like the piano in it is me actually playing the piano. Um,
Dope.
I was just kind of like in my feels and just kind of just jamming out and kind of had everything on a loop and just kind of started building it from there. And uh, then I sent it over to Charlie Beans for mixing, and he was like, "Oh man, can I sprinkle this in here? Can I sprinkle that in there?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, man!" And he made it sound just so full, and I just absolutely I love how that song came out. That's the most important song to me on the project. Lyrically, it's it's about whatever you need it to be about, whatever your
Hmm.
everything is, and you know, risking everything for everything is kind of the point
Gotcha.
of it. Of what is the thing that makes your heart beat, or who is the person that makes your heart beat? Like what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do for your everythings? You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about family on there. I'm talking about my love for the art form, music. It's like my friends, just everything, literally. And
As the title dictates.
yeah, yeah.
That's the track list. It's a journey. I think that's apparent. Do you think by the
Mhm.
end of this we're set up for Flinch? Like, is that kind of the intention? Is like we went on a ride and we're like dropped off, prepared for the next thing, or is this just like sort of standalone?
It's meant to sonically be your precursor, so to speak,
Hmm.
to transition into Flinch. I would definitely say the first track of Flinch and the last track of Enjoy the View are very different. Um, because Flinch, there is no lights. It's dark.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
nothing like if you go into this next project thinking, oh wow, like I hope he does more stuff like Arson and all this kind of stuff. Like the skill level, like the songwriting level of some of these, is definitely applied to some of the Flinch stuff, like some big hook kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But sonically, it is not. It's not meant for what Enjoy the View is. Like
Okay.
Enjoy the View
Yeah.
is exactly what it says. It's just for you to kind of take a deep breath and just if you need to chill out, that's what this project's for. Like if you're coming out of a tough time and you need to pick me up, throw it on. If you need to just escape the darkness for a little bit, you want to just take that deep breath because man, like not to get too deep about it, but it's like the world's a fucked up and dark place right now. Um,
Yeah.
and there's so much hate and hostility in the world, and so many days that I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck now?
Yeah.
And it's like I think uh, the point of this is to just tune everything out and just kind of escape for a little bit. But
Just enjoy the view.
yeah, just enjoy the view. That's it. Just learn to be in the moment, not take yourself so serious. Um, and no pun intended, but just a reminder that all storms pass eventually.
Well, and I love that like the what you're saying there also translates to the process where you're like, just like it's like in the saying a bunch of these songs, you were like, oh, I just kind of wrote down what I needed to say. I didn't think about it too much. And that seems like that's almost exactly like the intention emotionally as well as the way you went into it creatively, which is cool. I think just that's a
Yeah,
cool tie in.
yeah, absolutely. It was just kind of like my own kind of just man. Let me try to just fuck all this shit. I'm gonna go make a song. Like it's
Totally.
a lot of that. Yeah.
So this is the summer record. We think Flinch this year or next year?
I want to say this year. Um, my goal was the fall. Sometimes our scene loves to oversaturate the fall. Um,
Yeah.
it really depends, man. I'm really not. I'm not trying to rush Flinch. I'm not trying to take forever on it though. I mean, a lot of it is like pretty pretty much ready, but there's a couple things that I want to try out, and it may fail, may not, but Flinch also leads somewhere else too.
Doesn't it always with you, you
Uh,
motherfucker?
it it does, but no one's gonna see this one coming for sure.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, even if it is next year, like this is 8 tracks. It's not like this is like a maxi single. You know what I mean? This
Mhm.
is a pretty. There's stuff to chew on here for sure. So
Yeah, and
take your time.
I want to give this one its time in the sun, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And we got more videos that are going to be dropping off of the project, already filmed, done, and stuff. So I think next up we've got Hooves is going to be the next one coming out. So we got a
The
sick one for
new
that new
the
version
new
of
version.
Hooves. Yep,
Okay, hell
yep.
yeah. What else is popping this year? What else you got on the stove?
I don't know if it's announced, and if it's not, I guess cut this out. But I will be at Camp Zool this year,
Boom.
throwing down with all the LLE brethren.
Hell yeah.
Not doing too many shows right now. Just it's life. You know what I mean? It's just like,
For sure.
I'd rather be home right now and just make songs. Like I love doing
Nothing wrong with
live
that.
shows, but I feel like I'm in a spot in life where the creative flow is it seems more consistent these days, and um, I'm sitting on a plethora of stuff that's cooking right now. Projects with
Love
other people, fucking uh, some top secret stuff. Just not to sound corny, but like a lot of coming soon, man.
Mhm. When you least
But
expect it.
yeah, it's definitely gonna make you flinch a little bit, you know. And
Damn.
the
Tight.
guests on Flinch are there's some good ones.
You got Master P
Oh,
on that?
not yet. I'm
Okay.
waiting. He hasn't
All right.
texted me back in like 3 weeks, so I
Ooh,
drop him.
disrespectful.
Yeah, this coming. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what we. Not
Yeah,
enough of that right now.
that's it.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
music.
And anybody watching this, give fucking Robbie his flowers, dude. Because it takes a lot for a guy to be this on for the entire fucking scene. And you motherfuckers take him for granted. And if I see anybody saying anything about Robbie that I don't agree with, I'm gonna come tickle you in the worst spots, but I'm not gonna tell you what they are, and they're not your privates. Okay? You
You got to
fucking
be clear about
perverts.
that. Yeah, nothing,
No
nothing
fondling.
assault related.
I'm talking armpits in the back of the knee, you motherfuckers.
Ooh, maybe ribs.
Ooh, get a little jab in the rib.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.